Hello everyone, you're watching CardyGolf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hello and welcome back, you're watching CardyGolf again, and today I'm at Northamptonshire County Golf Club with Lewis from Pro Fitting, because it's about time I got myself a new driver. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about what he does. Lou?
So yeah, I'm Lewis White, as Joe said. I work out of Northamptonshire County Golf Club. I've got my own fitting studio called Pro Fitting. Have my own Instagram, Twitter and Facebook handles under that name. So yeah, give me a follow, check out what I do. We're just going to run you through a driver fitting with Joe. We're going to have a look at his current club, see how the ball flight is working. We're going to use my GC2 launch monitor and HMT head monitor to figure out how he's presenting his current driver at the moment. We've got a nice big driving range as well, lucky enough here, so we can actually watch the ball as well as having the data on the monitors. So yeah, we're going to test out what's going on with his own, and then we're going to run through the latest TaylorMade, Ping, Callaway, Titleist, whatever he wants to try, and try and improve his ball flight really.
I can't wait.
Sounds
we
good.
Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, so as we know, when I've spoken to you in the past, my driver's really old. I've had this driver now for about 10 years, and this was actually never fitted for me. It's just something I've got on with over time. And when I've spoken to fitters in the past, they basically said the reason I get on with it is purely because I've used it for so long, but it's about time I think I got something proper. Watch your eyes.
So as Joe's currently got a Titleist driver that he loves and's had for many years, my first thought is to go into the latest Titleist model. He's going to be used to the looks of it, hopefully used to the feel of it, hopefully it's not too different in sound, so when he actually hits it, it's not going to be too far away from what he's used to. Very similar spec in terms of 9.5 loft on the head. We've gone for the Smoke Hazardous 6.0 shaft. Probably as close a shaft as he's got at the moment into his own current driver for one of the stock options in the TS models. So yeah, I thought we'd stick with what he's got. Seems like it's not too far away. Seems like he likes the brand, and see how we get on.
So it looks like we're having another swap.
So I'm just going to get Joe to now try the TS3 from Titleist. So he's already tried the 2 in a very specific or a very similar spec to what he's got at the moment. We've just been having a chat and we've noticed that Joe's ball flight can sometimes be a little bit low, a little bit flat. We can definitely see that on his initial launch angles. For a golf with the speed that Joe has, it's not too important to get that launch angle up a little bit more, but I'd like to see it just to improve his ball flight a little. So we're going to go into the TS3 and up in loft a little bit in the head. So I want to increase his launch, but I don't want to increase his spin, hence why the TS3 head. And also Joe being a good player, I'd like to give him maybe a little bit more workability if he wants it.
Lou, did my speed jump up from my driver to this driver?
Yeah, so the actual ball speed off the face was quite significantly higher. We'll have a little look in and dive into that in a moment. But he was averaging high 160s ball speed with his own. And then with the TS2, we were above 170 most times, mate. Really? So yeah, big jump. So the latest tech from Titleist is definitely working.
Cool. See that for me there, that has gone bullet straight. But I looked up expecting to see that cut.
Okay.
Yeah, that is so spinless. Like that felt like it should cut a bit more as well. Right guys, so far for me, the Titleist TS2 is coming out best. I'm just looking at my data over on the other screen, and it looks like Lou's managed to find me an extra 13 yards altogether, which is quite substantial. My driver was totaling at about 303. This one is 316. Now he's going to try me with some other brands, which is really exciting for me because I've been Titleist through and through for about 15 years with driver.
So we're going to have a go with the Callaway Epic Flash. So a very popular driver in the fitting bay, very popular driver on tour. Just give it a go with Joe. We've established that he probably needs a little bit more loft on his drivers. So the last couple we've tried have both been 10.5 degrees. He launches it about 8 or 9 degrees still with a 10.5 degree loft. But because he's delivering so much power, so much speed at 120 mile/h clubhead speed, it doesn't matter that he launches it a little bit lower, as long as I keep his spin rate exactly where I want it to be. And we've managed to settle that on anywhere between 2,400 and 2,600, which is really, really, really good.
Loads better for me.
So I'm really happy with his numbers on the TS2 10.5 there we've just been hitting, but might as well try it against some other brands. So the ball speed between the Callaway and the Titleist there is very similar. So his Titleist we fitted him into is 174.2. The Epic Flash is 173.9. So Joe said he feels like he hasn't quite put the same swing on it. But what it might be is that Titleist driver is just working better for how he swings the club, how he times it. The Epic Flash is launching a little bit too low for my liking, only at 7 degrees. So then for him to have to get it up in the air, it's spinning at 2,900, so we sucked a bit of distance off of it. Generally, I would fit this driver into someone that's a bit high spin, hitting the ball too high, I need to bring it down quite a bit. So that might be why he's struggling a bit to flight it. So we're going to do the complete opposite. We're going to give the Ping G410 a go. Easiest driver to hit on the market. Again, we've got this in 10.5 degrees for him, and we'll see how he flights that.
Cheers, Luke. So it looks like I'm getting the weight moved in this.
So I'm just going to pop the weight from the standard setting into the fade setting on the G410. So this is the first adjustable weight driver from Ping. I liked how Joe was hitting that because he was launching it a bit higher again. He was getting it back up towards that 9 degree mark, which is quite a bit higher than the Callaway just hit. Was spinning a fraction at 2,800, but that can sometimes be due to Joe getting a little bit down on the golf ball through impact, getting it a little bit out the bottom of the club. But I liked how it was flying. Let's just try and move the weight in towards fade and try and stop it just turning over a little bit.
Stop me hitting massive snap hooks with it.
So we've just put Joe back into the TS2, the best spec that we had earlier on, the 10.5 head with the smoke hazardous 6.5 shaft. The reason I've done that is it's just really, really consistent on spin. So what that's going to give him is going to give him a very consistent ball flight. So I don't want to see the spin numbers jumping about too much. I don't want to have suddenly one at 1,500 and suddenly one at 3,500, because his distance is going to go massively forward and backwards, and then the flight is going to go up and down in the wind. That's going to be no good for control. So I jumped him straight back into the TS2, and yeah, it was absolutely spot on straight away. The last one he hit was absolutely fantastic. We had just below 10 degrees of launch and just below 2,400 revs of spin. We're getting the total distance out there up to sort of, I mean, that last one was 325. He's now carrying the ball above 300 yards. Huge improvement from where he was with his 10-year-old or so driver, really.
Yeah, that's massive, isn't it?
Good, mate.
Right, guys, so we're nearly done. My final data's up on the screen there, and I think what Lewis has done, and he'll just confirm this for you in a minute, is that's my old driver.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And that is the one that he's finally fitted me into. That was the best one I had today. So I've ended up gaining, what's that, about
7 miles an hour ball speed.
7 miles per hour of ball speed. My launch is a tiny bit lower. My spin rate is better. And the big one for me, I'm so fixated on distance, as most of you will know, and driving, I think it's important. You've got to be so long if you want to achieve anything. And I've gone from 303 total to 319, which is absolutely massive. And my carry's up as well from 284 to 299. So I'm absolutely mind blown by that, because I really didn't think I'd gain a lot. I've gained so much trust in my own driver over the last 10 years. I felt like there was no way it was going to be beaten, and it hasn't really been beaten in fittings over the past 10 years. But Titleist have mega up their game with that new driver, and to be fair, the other drivers on the market, I can say exactly the same thing for. Obviously, that driver suited me, suited my eye, and yeah, like I say, mind blown, can't believe it.
I mean, when we got some really good shots with the other brands, manufacturers, drivers as well, they produced some great results. But just love the TS2 for Joe in terms of the consistency of it. At the end of the day, he hits it over 300 yards, so that doesn't really matter. It's going a long, long, long way. We just want to try and get him hitting it the same flight in the same direction every single time. And that's where the Titleist won for him as a golfer. His bad miss is a little bit left sometimes, especially today, and that just neutralised it out a little bit. So hence why it was the best driver from our data.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant. Guys, I just want to finish off by saying a huge thanks to Lewis for having me today. He said earlier he's on social media. Remind me your...
so just under Pro Fitting on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Probably most active on Facebook and Instagram, I guess.
Okay, so if you're looking for anything like this, absolutely magic, do hit him up because that was brilliant. I come a long way to see Lou because that's how high I rate him. I bring a lot of my students to Lewis again because I rate him that highly. And best bit about it is you do get this awesome towel. Look at that, personalised. Lou, quality, mate.
Thanks very much.
Thanks ever so
Good
much
to see
for
you,
having
mate.
me.
Thanks a lot.
And to you guys, thank you once again for watching. I'll be back next week. See you later. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at CardyGolf on all other social media, and I'll see you next week.